In a cramped and gloomy apartment in St. Petersburg, a young, gifted student named Raskolnikov sat consumed by a dangerous idea. He believed certain extraordinary individuals, geniuses, and visionaries stood beyond the moral codes of ordinary society. Driven by this seductive logic and his own desperate poverty, he rationalized a horrifying crime. In his mind, killing a greedy old pawnbroker seemed not just permissible but morally justified, a necessary evil that would free others from suffering and simultaneously prove his own exceptional status. With a trembling hand and steely resolve, Raskolnikov committed the murder. But instead of liberation and clarity, he found himself plunged into torment. His logical reasoning began to fracture as guilt seeped relentlessly into his consciousness, dismantling the carefully constructed justification brick by brick. Slowly, agonizingly, Raskolnikov is shown that intellect alone provided no shield from the deeper moral truth that gnawed at him day and night. His mind, once so proud and confident, becomes a battleground between desperate denial and crushing remorse. And yet, if we are honest, Raskolnikov's logic is not without seduction even for us. History is full of great men, conquerors, revolutionaries, founders, who dared to act where others hesitated. Progress often seems to demand hard decisions, uncomfortable actions. If compassion alone ruled every choice, might we not remain forever trapped, endlessly debating every objection, paralyzed by the fear of causing harm? Isn't decisive action, even if morally gray, sometimes necessary to shake humanity from stagnation? This is the steel in Raskolnikov's reasoning, a line of thought that many powerful figures throughout history have echoed. But Dostoevsky's answer is both brutal and tender. Even if intellect can make the case for stepping beyond traditional morality, the human soul will not follow without cost. Guilt and inner conscience are not obstacles to be reasoned away. They are signs that we are not gods, but frail beings bound together by invisible moral ties. To sever those ties is not just to step over others. It is to destroy a part of oneself. Ultimately, it is through this painful struggle with guilt and the compassionate love of Sonia, a humble young woman whose morality sprang not from intellect but from deep faith and unconditional empathy, that Raskolnikov glimpsed redemption. Her quiet suffering, her religious faith, and her unconditional love are like a mirror to him. She doesn't argue him into redemption. She lives it, and slowly he follows. Dostoevsky speaks urgently. Intellectual justifications are fragile armor against the deep, visceral onslaught of guilt. Guilt does not argue. It simply eats away. Slowly, relentlessly, it tore through Raskolnikov's rationalizations, exposing their hollowness, their lack of grounding. Luckily, we are not left defenseless. If we learn to listen, to our inner self, to the quiet guilt, even to the strange language of our dreams, they can guide us. They reveal when we are straying, when we are justifying what deep down we know to be wrong. Beneath all the noise of rationalizations, a more honest voice still speaks, trying to lead us back toward truth, dignity, and real humanity.